Okay, spill time. A viral clip allegedly shows Meghan in the front row at a Balenciaga show, laughing at something off camera, and the internet is buzzing. But here's the twist. Insiders reportedly say Markus Anderson wasn't amused, and there are whispers he quietly clapped back behind the scenes. Did a friendly text turn into a chilly check-in? Was there a subtle uninvite? Nothing confirmed, but the timing feels spicy. We're digging, stay tuned, and tap subscribe if you want the receipts as soon as they drop. Before we get into the clip, context. Markus Anderson, Meghan's longtime confidant, the Soho House power broker who opens doors and closes rooms. He's the friend who knows who sits where, who whispers to PR, who manages energy. He's often seen at her side during fashion weeks. Their dynamic is familiar, strategic, not sloppy. Now, Balenciaga. Still carrying baggage from past controversies, the label came into this season on tiptoes. The mood around their runway was extra sensitive. Seats curated, phones ready, publicists on alert. Any reaction could be overread. And Meghan's brand is famously curated, polished, poised, intentional. She rarely offers an unguarded beat, because one awkward laugh reads loud, one glance becomes a headline, so every micro gesture matters in that room. If Markus leans in, it can look like strategy. If she smiles at the wrong time, it can play as shade. All alleged readings, of course, but that's the climate. Balenciaga needed silence and reverence. The crowd brought nerves and scrutiny, so the optics game was at a 10. This isn't just about clothes, it's about power seating, whispered cues, and camera angles. That's the backdrop you need before we parse who said what and why a moment got amplified. Okay, here's the first drip of tea. A gossip account popped up saying, allegedly, Markus called the moment cringe in private DMs, and they reportedly have a blurred screenshot, timestamps and all. But the handle's covered and the crop is tight, which could mean it's real or just cleverly edited. So take it with a sprinkle of salt. Still, the wording feels very Markus. Short, dry, a little cutting. So fans ran with it, replaying the clip and pointing to his micro reactions like, see? He wasn't into it. At the same time, fans noticed a cryptic read the room post that's tied to his circle, allegedly from a friend of a friend's story. Green ring, fast delete. Then re-uploaded with a different font, which only made it look more pointed, and add in 2 likes from accounts that often appear near Markus, and you've got instant whispers of shade. But here's the cooler take. He could have been parroting someone else, venting about production, or reacting to a totally different moment. And the read the room line might be about event etiquette, not the headline moment. And we've seen this pattern before. One spicy word, then a pile-on, then quiet clarifications. Bottom line, if the leak holds, it hints at internal eye rolls. And if not, it's a case study in how a vague post plus a rumored DM can steer the narrative overnight. Pattern watch. Insiders whisper he's the quiet broom after Meghan's awkward optics reportedly. When a headline tilts the wrong way, he calls early. Not loud, just firm. Sources say he nudges editors, tweaks captions, reframes a pull quote. Suddenly, the tone softens. The focus shifts to charity. The sting fades. Rinse, repeat. Allegedly, that's his lane. He reads the room. He clocks the backlash in minutes. He gets a holding statement out before lunch. If a photo op backfires, he pivots to context. If a podcast soundbite runs hot, he feeds a calmer clip. He favors low heat. No big statements unless forced. He seeds context, not drama. He prefers surrogates. Friendly columnists, off-record briefings, reportedly. The goal is simple. Neutralize, then normalize. Keep Meghan moving. Keep the schedule clean. By the time Twitter finishes its lap, the narrative has changed channels. Critics say it's spin. Supporters call it stewardship. Either way, the pattern pops. Minimal fingerprints, maximum effect. And when something lands well, he disappears. No victory lap, just silence. Allegedly, that's the tell. You see the cleanup, not the cleaner. It's crisis feng shui. Shift the furniture, not the foundation. Measured, patient, relentless. And it works often enough that they stick with it, reportedly. Okay, here's the contradiction that keeps popping up with Markus. On camera, he's allergic to confrontation. He won't directly critique a friend. He pivots to, we're all learning, and lets the moment pass. It's diplomatic, it's polished, it's brand safe. But reportedly, off camera, he keeps receipts, screenshots, emails, timestamps, organized, labeled, quietly backed up. Not to weaponize, he would say. allegedly to protect himself if stories start shifting. People around him whisper he's meticulous. If someone misquotes a chat, he can pull chapter and verse without breaking a sweat. So why the silence publicly? Because the image sells. Access needs harmony. Calling out friends would crack the vibe. So he swallows it on the feed and archives it on the drive. We see the smile. We don't see the spreadsheets. Is that hypocrisy or healthy boundaries? Depends on your read. If a flare-up hits, he can hint that receipts exist without airing them. Power without the mess. And when lines blur, that quiet file reportedly nudges folks back in line. So the contradiction isn't random. It's the system. Public grace, private documentation. He won't drag a friend on Maine, but he won't forget either. It's neat, it's tidy, it's calculated, allegedly. Make of that what you will. Everyone clocked the seating before the show even started, and that's where the vibe reportedly shifted. She was mid-row, center energy, and he was topped off with a different cluster, which fans read as a quiet message. And then came the spark that lit the chatter. He reportedly skipped her post-show dinner, the casual victory lap her circle had lined up, and that absence, if accurate, turned whispers into a chorus. Insiders only say scheduling, but the optics looked loud, especially when the group shots surfaced without him at the table, napkins folded, candles melting, and an empty chair that commenters insist was meant for him, though that's unconfirmed. People on the ground allegedly heard staff rework the seating twice, which could be normal chaos or not. And a few attendees claim his car peeled off early, but we can't verify that. Still, timing matters, and leaving before the toast, if that actually happened, fuels the narrative that something's off. Maybe it was travel, maybe a contract thing, maybe nothing. Yet when the room is all her people and his side is a no-show, fans fill the blanks. Add in body language chatter, the quick wave, the no lingering glance, reportedly. And this is the flashpoint everyone's running with. Because in celebrity math, one skipped dinner equals 5 new rumor threads and a week of decoding crumbs. So what's the fallout and what's the motive? If the whispers are accurate, the move looks like pure preservation. He keeps industry doors open, gatekeepers breathe easier. Producers, publicists, and the club crowd reportedly prefer clean hands. Soho House thrives on neutrality. If true, staying Switzerland protects his membership, his contacts, and the vibe. No messy crossfire in the lobby. No awkward side eyes at the bar. It signals, I'm still safe to sit with. It also says, don't drag the venue into this. That matters more than you think. Quiet rooms are currency, and this choice, alleged as it is, buys quiet. Now, for Meghan, the calculus skews riskier. Fashion loves a headline, but not a headache. Front row invites are about predictability. Editors want smooth logistics. Brand partners are cautious with budgets and reputations. If the storyline reads complicated, some will pause. Not a blacklist, more like a soft cooldown. Fewer fittings, delayed lookbooks, a friendly, let's circle back after the season. Stylists hedge because access is everything. Sponsors hedge because sentiment moves sales. Even a roommate rift can chill a showroom. The irony? The cooler the rooms get, the hotter the chatter becomes. So the motive, if this is accurate, is stability. The fallout for her side is friction. Not fatal, just fraying around the edges. Okay, that's the sip for now, and we're staying on alert. We'll watch for confirmations, photos, or sneaky unfollows, because receipts decide. Anything still alleged stays alleged, and anything reportedly happening stays in the reportedly box until we see it. If something posts, we'll circle back fast. If it fizzles, we'll say that too. What did you see in the clip? Drop timestamps, context, and sources you trust, and tell me what I missed. Screenshots help. Keep it respectful. I'm saving everything and checking back. Notifications on if you want, but either way, I'll be in the comments.